Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Disney is a bit unstable at the moment. Bob Chapek, the CEO, can't seem to get his employees under control. It's baffling. In fact, he can't even get the subsidiary companies, because Disney's an umbrella, and there's many, many companies under it. He can't even get them under control. Loads of them publicly lambasting Disney for their response to the Florida Man Bad bill. A bit shocking, really. You'd think Disney would have a bit more control over its subsidiary companies. So we're going to dive into this today. A bit of a controversial topic for some people. I don't really see why. I've covered this before. And, at the end of the day, this shouldn't be controversial. Wanting people to not teach kids, very, very young kids. We're talking like kindergarten age. In the UK, that'd be like reception age, like proper little kiddies. Stuff that realistically their heads should not be filled with when they should be pretending to shoot ray guns and retain some level of innocence as long as they can, because this world's fucked. So it'd be good, wouldn't it? But apparently this is controversial. One person's rights are not being diminished by this in any way, shape or form. It seems a bit odd. I'm all for the free flow of information, absolutely, but context behind it is important, and whether a child can understand that context and the nuance of that context is important, and they can't. I know, because I was a child, and so do you. Because you were a child. It's important, to acknowledge these things, that yes, we were all once dumb little kids and didn't really understand a great deal of things in the world. So anyway, it does seem to be controversial, but let's dive into this today, right? So, Disney postpones management retreat as CEO Bob Chapek continues to account for companies. Don't say gay bill response. And this is all about, and that's me just reading it, right? I'm not saying don't say gay. And this is all to do with how they handled it. Right, for starters, it's a film company, not a propaganda machine. Or wait, is it? Because at the end of the day, a film company should not be wading in on these type of topics. It seems really odd. Since when did a film studio, a conglomerate film company, feel it necessary to make public responses? Oh, wait. Since its predominant employee base became activists, lobbyists. That's basically why. And you've got to appease these idiots. They shouldn't be wading in on any of this stuff. They should just be keeping their mouths shut and making bloody films. So as many of its LGBTQ plus employees get set for a full-day walkout Tuesday, Disney has decided to... That's today, by the way. Disney has decided to postpone a management retreat set for next week as it continues efforts to calm internal waters. So news of the postponement came as Disney CEO Bob Chapek conducted a town hall meeting for all employees Monday. The executive is continuing to try to put the company on more stable footing after its response to the Florida's bill. Again, it shouldn't have a response. It doesn't require a response. A company doesn't need to respond. And not only that, there's a great deal of hypocrisy in this entire situation. Is because, have you not learned? These companies don't care anyway. They never have. Right? They do this periodically. They'll just virtue signal. They don't care. It's their bottom line that they care about. Open your eyes. So anyway, that was met with fierce backlash internally and in influential pockets of the talent community. All of the company's three major content suppliers, Marvel, Pixar and Lucasfilm, have been publicly critical of the company's handling of the situation. Bob Chapek, mate, you need to get your employees in line. You really do. The fact that they're publicly condemning your response or publicly backlashing you, sort it out. That's really, really bad. It's bad PR. It looks shockingly on your ability to be a CEO. It doesn't look good. It's like petulant children shouting at their parents. During the town hall, Čapek repeated his expression of regret about the company's decision not to take a public stance against the bill. No, hold the line. It's not your place to talk about this stuff, right? You're a company that makes bloody movies. You don't need to get political. But anyway, given the large number of its employees it didn't affect any of the employees. It didn't affect any of the employees. It didn't. It was predominantly, it's all about kids, kindergarten, right? Not teaching kids this kind of stuff. That doesn't affect your employees. It doesn't. How in any way does it affect your employees? It doesn't. That's really weird. It's weird that you think that. Now, according to one attendee, Čapek conceded that Disney's silence wasn't just about Florida. He agreed that the company should stand up more for the LGBTQ+ community in pursuit of more meaningful and lasting change. The Parental Rights in Education Bill, again, there you go, the Parental Rights in Education Bill has passed Florida legislature and awaits the signature of Governor Ron DeSantis, labelled by opponents as the Don't Say Gay bill. But it's not. It's about kids. Parental rights and control. So how does it affect the employees of Disney? Do you not see how that's weird? I'd love, like, someone that genuinely thinks they understand why someone feels that they're affected. I'd love to know. Please, honestly tell me. I want to know. But anyway, the legislation effectively bans discussion or teaching about the LGBTQ+ community and sexual orientation or gender identity in the state's public school system from kindergarten to 3rd grade. What is wrong with that? Why do you want it taught so young? I didn't know anything about that when I was a kid. That was fine. You know, there are plenty of studies to indicate that. Well, there's plenty of studies and anecdotal, reports from people that have detransitioned. Right? We talk about representation. Where's the representation for the detransitioned community? The community that was, plied with these chemicals and advice under the proviso that that was what was best for them, when really they were just tomboys, or really they were just a bit confused, or actually 9 times out of 10 they had Asperger's or autism. Right? These conditions do generally actually go hand in hand with this level of dysphoria. You can look it up, it's there. And so why would you want to teach that to kindergartens, right? So anyway, he continued, says earlier this month, and in it, we've read this one out anyway about the employee email and things like that. Bob Iger, the former Disney CEO, whose decades-long tenure at the company ended in December, tweeted his opposition to the legislation weeks ago. Čapek is far less publicly political than his predecessor. So there you go. This all stems from Bob Iger being more publicly political. And then them going, oh, well, we need it to be the same. No. Bob Čapek's his own person. Anyway, all Disney employees were invited to attend the town hall, which Deadline was told was part of an ongoing conversation series that began in 2020. And this is all about it is literally their message for tomorrow. It's reimagining tomorrow. So it is an agenda-driven situation. Now, in lieu of the management retreat, the plan is for the leadership of the media company to go on a listening tour with employees, according to a person familiar with the strategy. A growing number of participants in the retreat were expressing reluctance with pressing ahead, given the climate of the company. Basically, everyone's throwing their toys out the pram. We can't get everyone controlled. The company's HR chief addressed the Florida situation. Also, FYI, I didn't do a video on this, but Disney's a bit rich to talk, and their employees are a bit rich to talk about kids being taught this stuff when 4 employees of Disney were arrested in a child trafficking situation. I mean, you're a bit fucking rich talking about this, lad. Like, majorly rich. Outrageous. But anyway, HR chief addressed the Florida situation and also affirmed that the company would oppose an effort by Texas Governor Greg Abbott on a direct front. Abbott issued an order which was blocked by a state judge to have parents investigated for potential child abuse charges if their transgender children receive hormone blockers. Yeah, I mean, we can. That's a video wholly in and unto its own, to be honest. In addition to pledging to enlist an outside advisor to guide the company's efforts, just putting more money in idiots, grifters' pockets, but whatever. Chapek also is creating a company-wide task force led by Studio SVP Global Communications Paul Roeder and Disney Parks marketing executive Lisa Beckett. The task force will develop strategy and action plans to engage with LGBTQ+ employees, community partners, and content creators. They're doing a round table of Disney employees. Chapek's the third year of a 3-year contract as CEO that expires in February, despite the acrimony this month and a rare public clash last summer with an A-list star, Scarlett Johansson. The company's been rebuilding after the depths of the pandemic and posted stellar financial results in February. So we don't know if he's going to be renewed, but the Florida bill hasn't factored into investors' views as of yet. I doubt they're going to care. It's the investors that matter, and I doubt they're going to give a shit. Though the company's stock has been languishing near a 52-week low, and it closed today's trading 1%, down 1%. At the end of the day, Disney, get your employees under control. Stop hiring activists and lobbyists. Sort it out. You're a joke. This is a joke. You need to stop getting. Why are you wading into this political nonsense? People often say, why am I talking about politics and stuff like this these days? Why am I talking about these things? Well, it's because bloody stupid film companies do it all the time. It's injected into most mediums now. It's all there. Got to talk about it. You got to address it. It's something that you got to review. Is it ham-fisted? Is it this? Is it strong-armed? Is it that? Blah blah blah. So covering the news when it's doing the same thing, and this will directly factor into how they move things forward. So anyway, let me know what you think down below. Cheers, guys. Take care.